Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between PengWin and Neuro on Prion Terraces. Ooh, some conversation here. In the top left of Prion Terraces, we have the red Zerg player representing my insanity. It is PengWin with a 3-2-1 GL. And in the bottom right of the map, we have the blue Zerg player representing Exile 5. It is Neuro. Both of these players with their own differing levels of fame using the extractor trick there. Neuro is a fairly famous streamer in Legacy of the Void. He gets a lot of stuff posted on Reddit. He's a really cool guy as well. And again, he's part of Exile 5. And over here, we have obviously PengWin, who people know of as well, representing my insanity. He is a Swiss player, and he also does some casting as well, or actually quite a bit of casting. So it's good to see a fellow caster be also a professional StarCraft 2 player. Not something that I can actually manage to pull off, or something I really ever hope to do. But PengWin, you're an inspiration to us all. So slightly differing builds here. It looks like there was a quick hatch first coming up for Neuro after the extractor trick. Yep, getting 17 out of 16 supply thanks to that trick. And PengWin instead going for the extractor pool play. It looks like he might be going for some Speedling Harass here, which could turn out poorly for Neuro, except he's got his own spawning pool and extractor coming up. I feel like by the time PengWin shows up with Lings, I don't know. I just feel like there will be adequate defense here for Neuro. So, oh, I do like this though. PengWin taking the hatchery at the gold base here. Again, this base, Prion Terraces, has so many gold bases. Look at this. One here, one here, one here, one here. Other side of the map. Here. And here, and here, and here. I mean, there are 6 total gold bases on this map, which is, I think, the highest number ever in any StarCraft 2 maps since the beginning of time. So, again, if you like gold bases, this is the map for you. Do not veto this in your own ladder play. Coming on out are some drones just transferring down, no big deal. And are there Lings on the way here? Because, again, the early pool implies Ling Harass. Immediate inject from PengWin, and it's a couple. So 2 Lings are on the way for PengWin. There are, okay, 6 more in production. I like that, but again, I don't know. By the time the Lings get here, not the Spinecrawler won't be finished, but there will be some Lings, 4 Lings in production on the way for Neuro as well. So we're going to open up with some Ling on Ling action, which I think is pretty much unavoidable in the ZVZ, but we'll see where it goes on from here. Can the Queen actually kill this Overlord? She's going to try to do it. It's going to be very, very close indeed. Oh, no, wait. The pathing might actually save this Overlord's life, and I think it does. Overlord here as well, getting spiked down by a Queen. Those Lings forced to retreat here, but more reinforcements coming on out. Speed just about to finish. Speedlings versus Slowlings is not even very fair at all. Oh, the reinforcements show up. Neuro backs out immediately, recognizes what's going on. Heads on back. The Queen and the Spinecrawler are going to have to deal with this Ling Harass from PengWin. Good positioning by the Queen, but no, PengWin, or not PengWin. Yes, PengWin doesn't even come in. Holds the line here with the Lings. Poke. Excellent. Look at this. The Spinecrawler can protect the drones over here. It can protect the ramp here as long as something is holding it. Excellent, excellent placement there indeed. And a Baneling Nest comes up for Neuro. Yes, PengWin does have a Baneling Nest of his own. It's going to get intense here very, very quickly. It's hard to call these Ling Baneling attacks, especially with players as skilled as these guys. 200 plus APM for PengWin. Neuro at 100 plus APM. Good grief. Here we go. Banelings are being morphed in for defensive purposes. Morphing them in at your base means you want to defend with them. Morphing them on the field of battle means you want to be aggressive. So, obviously, it's kind of something people most likely know, but at the same time, good to know for the new players out there, of which I know there are many that watch this channel. So again, it really comes down to the idea that can the Banelings explode on enough Lings to make them cost effective? If they explode on a single Ling, it is bad for the Baneling. If they explode on 8 Lings, it's awesome for the Baneling. Queen's trying to poke these Banelings down, doing a pretty good job of it. Wow, focusing them down very easily. Huge hits. Whoa! I think PengWin won that. I really do. PengWin was able to kill all of the Banelings of his enemy, only lost, did not lose a single drone in that attack. I thought there were 1 or 2, but no, doesn't lose a single one. A lot of these guys are low on health, but that's it. Speedlings coming on up. They want to deny this space. Banelings rolling on in. Oh, PengWin recognizes the threat, though. And see, crashing in on 2 Lings is not ideal for the Baneling. It wants to get this huge group, but if it doesn't, That is not ideal whatsoever. Lings come in, try to defend the base, but no. Neuro losing more and more Lings. This hatchery does get canceled at the very last second. I always think it's funny when hatcheries get canceled after popping up into existence for like half a second. And nope, just kidding, cancel. Just kidding, we're done. I did not actually want that hatchery. Please make it go away. Lings retreating here for PengWin. Is Neuro going to be aggressive again? I don't really know. Roach Warren is coming up. Both players are getting lairs, but PengWin is getting the Roach Warren. I don't see one here for Neuro. Indeed, I do not. So poking through, Baneling crashing in on a couple Lings there. Again, not the most cost effective, but a few of those aren't going to make you lose the game. I really don't think. I like the positioning of the Spine Crawler. Spine Crawlers poking on Banelings is pretty much something that can save your life in the moment of an attack, but you have to kind of target fire them to do so. They will attack the first thing they see. If your opponent brings Lings on up, then what that means is that it will distract the Spine Crawler from killing your Banelings. But if the Banelings are being focus fired, even with the Lings attacking the spine, that's exactly what you want to do. Third base being planted by right here by Neuro. Instead, Speedling versus Speedling. These are more, I think, reconnaissance Lings. Just trying to see what's going on here, and they do get a pretty much full scout. They did see the hatchery there. They're coming through to check the tech, and actually holding the line there while the Lings come in and try to kill this Queen. Excellent, excellent split on the units. And is the Queen going to fall? It does. The Queen falls. A ton of Lings here as well, going after drones. I'm not sure if Neuro recognizes what's going on. He's trying to deal with an attack at this base as well. This one Baneling trying to hold the line. Some Lings trying to help as well. Where did the Lings Oh, okay. More Lings popped out for Neuro. Chasing these Lings away. 32 to 44 total harvesters. Neuro is actually in the lead here. Surprisingly, I feel like he's actually taking a lot more damage here, but PengWin down 32 to 46 harvesters. At this point has a slightly larger army. Actually, larger armor indeed, but as long as he's not using it, this is actually of benefit to Neuro. So we'll have to see. This Roach Baneling attack should be pretty devastating, honestly, although a Spire is coming up for Neuro. He's going to go for that Muta instead of the Roaches. And again, Mutas can attack down, and Roaches cannot attack up. But Muta DPS isn't enough to actually just really rip through Roaches. They're kind of slow to kill them, which is a bit of a problem. Overseer comes on in, sees not many workers at this base, and says, huh... That means there's probably an attack coming. 7 Mutas in production for Neuro. They will show up in time to help defend against the attack. And nothing here for PengWin can shoot up. So more Spine Crawlers are being morphed in. Another Spine coming up at the same time. The Lings just try to run right on through here. There's nothing really to defend against this except a few Lings of Neuro's own. Banelings as well. See, trying to poke the Banelings coming right on up into the natural. Banelings crash on all the Banelings. None are left. And the Mutas are here. The Roaches are trying to do what they can. They can't really retreat at this point. They're trying to get this hatchery transfuse on the hatchery, trying to keep it alive. I don't think there are enough Mutas to take down these Roaches. Meanwhile, Lings are going crazy in the space. Defensive Lings should be able to clean it up, though. And they do end up getting the gold-based hatchery. Roaches are able to retreat. Many of them might possibly die, as we can see here. But again, job well done. Mission accomplished for these Roaches. And the Mutas will continue to attack them. Pretty good splits here. I like this from PengWin. If the Roaches are together, the splash damage from the Glaive Worms kills them faster. Immediately, however, a counterattack of Lings running past everything, getting into this mineral line. Drones are forced to attack for their lives. Transfuse on the Spine Crawler, keeping it alive as well. Drones, again, trying to defend their own base, and surprisingly doing a good job. Not enough Lings to actually take that down. Is the Spine Crawler going to die? And the answer is yes, the Spine does die, but the Lings lost a lot of their friends making that happen. However, with the air superiority, here is Neuro actually supply blocking PengWin there. All right. Well done indeed. 3,000 minerals, 600 gas lost for the Red Zerg player PengWin. Neuro with 3,900 minerals and 350 gas on the other side of things. So the Mutas do take extra damage from these Spore Crawlers. It is 30 damage versus biological units, which Mutas are. That was a change made specifically to kind of keep down on the Muta play in ZVZ, which kind of dominated Heart of the Swarm for a while. So you'll notice, they're going after it anyway, losing a Muta, and the Transfuse keeping the Spore alive. One more Transfuse? No, the Spore falls, but a couple Mutas at the same time have died. Getting these Queens is nice. Going back to the Spore, however, look at these Spore Crawlers. Well placed indeed. Some good micro, though. They want to get this hatch. Can they get it? Is going to be the question. I do not know. A burrow roach move here for PengWin on the way. More Roaches in production. Spore Crawler burrowing a little bit closely to kind of avoid losing the hatchery there. Lings run right on in because there's no ground units here. Killing the Queen. That's very nice. Killing this other Queen also. Super duper nice. Able to get it. Lings on top of roaches. Not usually a battle you want. The burrow roaches here just killing everything. Spine crawlers trying to take them down. But again, there are so many roaches here. They do have the +1 attack as well, making them that much more effective. Transfuse. Keeping the spines alive. They want to go after this spore crawler because it can detect them if they burrow. And no, do they get the spore? Yes. Yes, they get the spore. But meanwhile, the mutas are killing everything at this gold base. Again, going after the spore, taking some casualties in the process, but nothing can transfuse it now. And now the hatchery is under attack, forced to remove all of the drones out of there. It is basically a base race right now, I have to imagine. The roaches finally take down this third base. The mutas are going to take down this third base for PengWin. In production are so many roaches and so many mutas on the way. It's going to be a roach versus muta attack here. Lings trying to get us around all of these here. Roaches as well. Spine trying to take them down. The burrow not super effective because the spore crawler can see them, losing a few of their army in that way. Mutas again on top of the roaches, but placement of spore crawler is pretty darn good. There's no way the mutas are getting through that at all. It is 2 base to 2 base. Again, roaches burrow moving their way to victory. Here for PengWin, taking out so many workers. Lings are trying to defend here, but it's just not enough. Spine crawler gets a couple hits off, then gets exploded by the roaches at the same time. The mutas are forced to come and try to defend against this, but a huge another push of roaches coming down the ramp here from PengWin, coming down the middle of the map. How is this going to end up for Neuro? I don't know. It is effectively 2 base to 2 base, 26 to 24 harvesters. Bigger ground army, bigger air army, especially with the +1 flyer attack. That helps a lot because, again, Mulisks have the glaive worm attack where it does bounce splash damage, and if they get the +1 attack, +2 attack, +3 attack, it just exponentially increases the amount of damage that they do. Sneaky third base here for PengWin. It is not defended at all. He's just hoping that Neuro doesn't notice that it's there. Hydra Den coming up as well for Neuro. Interesting. Hydra Muta. I don't know about that composition. The roaches come on in. The mutas are away. The roaches are coming to play here at the 12-minute mark, going right after this hatchery. Killing this hatchery would be a huge, massive problem for Neuro, and it does fall. It's essentially a 1-base play right now for Neuro. He is bleeding heavily. Third base is just about up and established for PengWin. If he can get that going, it's going to be a really big deal there. Infestation pit on the way for PengWin as well. Long distance mining coming up. There is enough money to replant this hatch. But is there enough money left in the minerals to make it worth it? Indeed, Neuro thinks there is. And a lurker. Ah, going for lurkers. Okay, so not going for Hydra Muta, instead going for lurker, but lurkers on their own against roaches not that good unless there are lurkers just in really high numbers. Which I don't know that there will be. So we'll see how Neuro can do this. He's continuing to fight. Look at this production tab. He's getting pneumatized carapace, getting hydras out there, waiting for that lurker den to finish. The mutas now on top of the roaches. They can see them because there's an overseer here now. Again, nothing can shoot up for our roach army. And splitting this way and that, trying to just stay alive. Again, this is something PengWin's done quite a bit to try to keep his roaches alive in the face of enroaching mutalisks on the territory. This base is now finished. It is Spore Crawler Central. 6 Spore Crawlers being built right here. Flying on up. Air the mutas looking for more roaches. They find one here. Indeed. Single roach dies. The rest of the roaches are hanging out on this left side waiting for this base to be retaken so they can kill it. Mwahaha. It's actually funny. Burrowed roaches don't show their attack because they can attack. That's kind of interesting indeed. Pathogen glands coming up for PengWin. And I think that might, when that's about halfway done, we'll see some infestors pop up to make that timing to our pathogen glands. Giving the extra energy to infestors on spawn will actually make sense. Should bring a queen down here or 2. I think PengWin should. Lurkers in production right now for Neuro. And it is 3 base to 2 base right now. This is actually up and mining here for Neuro. He needs to take a base desperately here. Spine crawlers trying to thin the herd. Lurker as well. Spining does extra damage to armored units. 30 damage versus armored, which is what roaches are. Does not have a single kill though. Lurker's just making sure this base does not get retaken. Muta's trying to fly in there, but again, Spore Crawler heaven. Not going to happen, my friend. Roaches running around, and the Mutalisks trying to find them, but just passing in the night. PengWin manages to get his roaches out of there without taking any damage whatsoever, and Neuro attempting to take yet this third base again. Which seems like an excellent choice on his part. All right, quick breath there. Gonna take a drink of water. All right. Yep, so 12 Infestors are on the way. That's a lot of Infestor. Infestor Roach Queen? I guess that's pretty good against a Muto Lurker composition. Oh, good question actually. Does Fungling reveal Lurkers? Like, Fungling reveals ghosts and observers and things that are cloaked, but does it reveal burrowed units as well? If you can let me know in the comments, that'd be great. I'm not entirely sure actually. Muta's flying on out with that +1 flyer attack, missile attack on the way at the same time. Just trying to kill creep, trying to find overlords, but I think most of the overlords are back safe home inside a spore crawler heaven of some sort. Where are they? Oh yeah, here they are. Always over spore crawlers. The overlords are over spore crawlers. Here comes a big attack from PengWin. This is a lot of units. Look at these queens taking advantage of the creep spread on the other side of the map here. Usually don't see this happen except in ZVZ, because they can run around on the other side of the map as well as they can run around on their side of the map. And the Lurkers are in from pretty good angles here, left and right. There's the fungal on top of the Lurker, and yes, I believe it does reveal it. There are Overseers here as well, so I'm not entirely sure. Big Lurker burrow eviscerates those queens, though. Holy shamoly. Spore Crawler trying to get rid of the Overseers, but there are just too many for this one Spore Crawler to do, and the hatchery dies again for Neuro. Third time dying for our poor Zerg player. And the Mutas come flying on in. If they get caught with a fungal, though, those queens, I think, can take them out. They're trying to be very careful to avoid that fungal growth. It is a projectile now, which makes it a little bit easier to dodge. Are there any left, though? Infestors? Unit tab for PengWin. No Infestors left. Did he lose all of them in that attack? He lost 12 Infestors in that attack. Whoa, PengWin. Whoa, that is sad indeed. Planting up here is Neuro saying, to heck with this base. This one is cursed. Muta's chasing down Overseers. Why not? Making the Lurkers that much more effective. That's a lot of gas down the tubes. And Mass Queen, basically, for PengWin right now. What's up? 22 Roaches, 9 Queens is all that PengWin has. I don't know. Can Neuro come back and win this? I think I'd be surprised. It's 131 to 93 total supply, 43 to 28 Harvesters in favor of PengWin, but Lurkers are good. Just going to say that. Hive on the way for PengWin as well as Ground 1 Carapace. Doesn't even have yet. Yeah, here comes the Burrow Roaches again, trying to come on in and kill this base. Can the Lurkers save it in the time? Whoa! Might actually be able to. Woo! Roaches are dying all over the place here. They are down to 4 total Roaches. PengWin throwing out the ow. That might have been a turning point in this game for Neuro. 7 kills, 5 kills, 7 kills, 6 kills on those Lurkers. I guess that's what you get for sending out an unsupported unit across the map for someone who is playing with Lurkers, because woo, saved the hatchery, killed every single roach in the process. 90 to 95 total supply. The Mutas are darn near still alive. Can they kill this? No. The Queens come on out and say, no, we're gonna transfuse the heck out of this and shoot you in the face with our spines at the same time. So how do you feel about that? Huh? Muta's doing some damage to the creep as well. And Hydralisk then on the way for PengWin. And a bunch of Ravagers as well, saying, I gotta get some more anti-air against these Mutas. They've been very, very annoying. I don't think that Neuro has made all that many in this game. I think these are mostly... So he has 15 now. He has lost 10. So yeah, he made about 25. He still has a bunch of them left, going after Overlords, trying to supply block PengWin. PengWin has replanted this base, just about to complete there. And a Nidus Worm. Where the heck? No. Seriously, where? Oh, here it is. Nidus Worm gets a couple Lurkers out. 4 of them, actually. And Lurkers just kind of trying to siege forward here, advancing on the base. Corrosive Bile on top of the Lurkers, though. Oh, killing 1. Almost getting another one. Pretty good Burrow Micro there, indeed. The Mutas come on in, get rid of these Ravagers, trying to kill them. Another Nidus Worm pops up here. And +2 missile on the way for the Lurkers as well. Indeed it is. That'll make them much, much more effective. Laying siege to this base effectively. The Queens and the Roaches cannot go in there. Lurkers destroying everything that there is here at the 19-minute mark. The Mutas flying around, being very active. Look at this APM for these guys right now. Just crazy through-the-roof stuff. Big counterattack here from Roaches, though, from PengWin, saying, I can't save that base. I will kill your base. Okay, that's probably not how PengWin talks, but the Lurkers are here. Remember, there are Lurkers here. Look out, PengWin. Can he get it? Corrosive Bile being thrown down, and they get the hatchery. Huge casualties taken, though. This hatcheries end up gone as well, but again, this one is still alive. This has kind of been it for PengWin. Keeping this base the whole time has been huge. Ravagers trying to retreat after their mission. Mutalisk chasing them down, killing all but 2 of them, as well as a roach. Again, this base has been the key for PengWin. It really has. Lurkers continuing to march forward here. The mutas flying around, just being active wherever they can, killing creep tumors, preventing the spread here. Lurkers trying to burrow. Oh, they catch one before it can fully burrow here. Expanding in the middle of this madness here is PengWin. 10 roaches on the way, 114 to 94 total supply. Only 22 workers left for Neuro. He needs to make these lurkers work in order for him to win this game, and I don't know if it's enough. Creep tumors are dying for PengWin. Long distance mining, replanting this base once again is Neuro. And that's just it. Lurkers are immobile. Like, roach hit squads can get up there and do a ton of damage. These roaches, the Ravagers might, the Lurkers might want to come up and help there. But I do not know. Lurker 10 of PengWin's own on the way here at the 20-minute mark, getting pneumatized Carapace as well. He wants these Overlords to be able to retreat instead of dying every time a Muta finds them. Burrowing up the ramp are the Lurkers, getting some shots off on the Queens. Queens, I think, are smarter than that to stick around. Oh, burrowing up on this left side. They got to take down these Spore Crawlers because they are dead near visible. Is there enough? I don't know if there's enough DPS from the Queens to take these out. Roaches come up and immediately just get slaughtered. Oh my goodness. Wrong place for those roaches. And now this base is under assault. But again, there's not much here in the first place. Not much minerals left here in the first place. Roach Ravager army coming from the backside. They got to take down these Lurkers. On the high ground, though, they might have an advantage. Queens coming from the top. Roaches coming from the bottom. Can they kill these Lurkers before everything dies? The hatchery ends up exploding as well. This one has been taken down. Coming right on top of the Lurkers again, taking huge amounts of damage, but they can see them now, at least so they can counterattack. Roaches are taking down Lurkers. The last Lurker has been killed. The Mutas are here. The Queens are enough to chase them away. It's 97 to 62 total supply. This base is finally up and running for Neuro. He has a few Lurkers in defense, but Units tab shows 19 Roaches, 12 Queens for PengWin, and Neuro has 12 Mutas and 5 Lurkers available to him, as well as only 21 drones. I don't know. This game is insane. Oh, countering this transferring drones might be a nice pickup here. The Queens are defending, though. Queens with +2 attack here does 11 damage in the air with their acid spines, and here come the burrowed roach. Is there a base here? No. No, there is not. There has to be a base up here then. And again, 3 Lurkers versus this many roaches with +1 armor. I just don't know. They're going to try to make it happen, though. Here they come. Coming right on up, trying to avoid the Lurker spines. Ooh, taking a lot of shots. The Mutas from the backside as well, trying to kill what they can. The Roaches going after the Lurkers first. They recognize that is the big threat here. They get one of the Lurkers. They get another one of the Lurkers. The drones are forced to retreat for their lives. All the Lurkers are gone. And the Roaches decide to get on out of there. The Mutas, with their +1 attack, are just a little bit too much for them to deal with. Again, splitting off into different directions. Exactly what needs to be done to keep them alive. Planting a base over here now is PengWin. How many roaches has PengWin lost? 120 roaches have died. He has 6 more in production. 3 Hydras. These mutas have been probably the most cost-effective mutas I've ever seen in a ZVZ. They've just been everywhere. They've been nuts. They've been crazy. Neither player wants to give up. Neuro is refusing to quit. Again, only on 20 workers. He has a lot of money in the bank here. How's his larva count looking? Pretty good. 19 larvae as well. Not really supply blocked either. The roaches are here once again, killing another Lurker and getting another Lurker as well. But the roaches are going to die at the same time. The mutas, there are just too many of them, but the roaches don't care. Hydras need to turn around and help right now. Hydras, no. I know you're rallying. I understand that. There you go. Now they need to turn around and actually help there. The roaches really want them dead, though. Wow, do they want them dead. Ow, popping eggs here as well. PengWin really paying attention to what he's doing. Getting that other Lurker at the same time. The roaches all get cleaned up, but they did what they needed to do. Prevented more Lurkers from coming on in. The Queens did the long walk across the stretch where there isn't any creep, but now they're on happy ground where they can move quickly again at a move speed of 3.4 something there on creep, which is great. Another base coming up for Neuro. Hey, trying to make something happen here. Lurkers, again, do have the +2, which means they do 36 damage versus armored units, which is what roaches are, but not Hydras. However, Hydras have so few hit points, I'm not sure it really matters. that Lurkers don't hit them extra hard because they die pretty fast anyway. Mute account going after some Overseers. Nope, lets them go in peace. Decides to chase them down. A little bit too late, though. Get out of there. Get out of there, indeed, Mutas. Nobody wants to see you die. Although I guess PengWin probably does. PengWin probably really wants to see these guys die. Mutaflux, again, dangerously going in here. 4 Lurkers, though. Ugh, but we're getting target fire down by an army this big. Especially with the support of Transfuses here from PengWin. Muta's flying on in, trying to kill stuff. There are just too many Queens, too many Hydras. This base is definitely going to fall. It is 16 Harvesters left for Neuro. 99 to 54 total supply. Hatchery falls once again. That is the 6th hatchery to die for Neuro in this game. Just so demoralizing. The Mutas, again, trying to do what they can, but this Hydra count and this Queen count is just too much. More and more roaches rallying on in. PengWin in full production mode right now. Getting spore crawlers. This base is up and running, but again, are there any workers to actually go to it? They are right here, but they are scared to go outside that base because there is a huge army waiting to murder them. Finally, all the Mutas are gone. Finally, the Mutalisk flock has been cleaned up by PengWin against Neuro. The workers are here. They're baiting the army into that single Lurker who ends up dead. Roaches as well, trying to do what they can. More Lurkers on the high ground here, trying to be protected. Hydras as well, just trying to use this defender's advantage on the high ground. The Overlords are hiding everything that's happening here. Oh, it's just mass destruction in Neuro with the excellent performance. Well done, GG. From our Blue Zerg player, PengWin responds with a GG of his own. Neuro's defeated, PengWin's victorious, and Neuro has left the game. Woo! What an incredible match from both of these players. Just a ZVZ that lasts 26 minutes. It's just one of the more stressful things on Earth. Like, just crazy amounts of back and forth play. And again, I feel like the more traditional composition of Roach Hydra with Queen support and Infestors probably has an advantage over Muta in ZVZ right now. The Muta ball never got very big. I think that's because a single fungal growth with a few corrosive biles mixed in there is enough to ruin your day. But the Lurkers were good in certain situations, but I feel like only when PengWin messed up. I feel like if PengWin didn't bring support, didn't bring Overseers, then yeah, the Lurkers shredded. But if there was support, if there was detection, then PengWin was able to hold that off, was able to take casualties, but in the end, he ended up winning the day. So that's about it for my ZVZ today. Resources lost, 21,000 minerals, 7,000 gas for PengWin. Neuro, 19,000 minerals, 7,800 gas. 43 workers died for Neuro, and 20 drones were killed in PengWin's army. That's about it for me. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.